Hello, everybody. I'm the DM for the Desert of Desolation. We are the Disbursements, and we're bringing to you the second episode of our second season of the Desert of Desolation at Oasis of the White Palm. Um, and joining me tonight, we've got our channel host, Michael Zereft. He plays tonight. He's playing Derelax, the Dragonborn fighter. And we've got Toby with us tonight. Toby
Hello.
plays Toby plays Hormir, the tiefling cleric of Tamora, right?
Yes.
We've got Peter with us. Peter plays the berserker Muglug the half orc.
Mugwug don't like jail.
What's this you talk about? Bill?
And we've got Jody. Jody is playing the Hobbit, Fro and the Foe, Doe, the Bard.
Bro. No. I'm a bard. And I'm locked up right now, it seems.
So, Jody, why don't you fill us in on what happened last session?
But we're in jail. We're in jail. Jail. Because of that Derelax guy there. That Derelax got us in jail. All was going well until we got out of the pyramid. We got on the road. We were traveling around. We found the captain last time or the time before. I don't know. Derelax gets the ring off the captain in questionable circumstances. But he gets a ring, and suddenly the captain's in his head, and he's talking to the captain, and all's okay. Normal desert stuff. We find another sandworm. Audie. We find another sandworm. And we kill another sandworm. And then when we're camping one night, there's these sandmen come up out of the desert, try to put us to sleep. They almost put us all to sleep. Who knows what will happen then. But so we got past that, fortunately, due to the heroic efforts of Muglug. Muglug is always much more heroic than Derelax. I have it in for Derelax. See, I don't know why. I think he stepped on my furry feet one day, and I just wanted to let him go and live it down. Anyway, so we finally make it to the oasis of the White Palm, and there's all these refugees all scattered around the tents and stuff. We go in and are brought in to see the Sultan. I say we should have gone to the bar first, like a few drinks, but no, we go in to see the Sultan. And Derelax, that one, I guess I'm putting it to the right one, but he's like talking all this stuff about how the refugees were there from their freaks that he released. And it's just one guffaw after another. Before we know it, we're in jail. Fortunately, Amir's not with us. I don't know how we got separated from him, but he's just up in a party all week long. So I guess maybe he'll save the day. Yeah, he'll save the day. Yeah, if not, pros to the rescue.
Okay, so that's basically it. They made it to the Oasis of the White Palm after witnessing, or I should say, finding the dead Symbian air lancers, and they went to the Sheik. Outside
they were
the
dead.
Sheik's tent. Outside the Sheik's tent were all of these refugees from around the desert. Apparently, the Freedy that somebody released
Derelax
has been wreaking havoc across the desert, and none of the settlements are safe. The Oasis of the White Palm is pretty much the only one that's left standing. So they've had to take in lots of refugees. And now the party are in jail, thanks to the Sheik.
Thanks to Derelax.
So, I'm never gonna hear the end of this.
First it was letting the freak go. Now it's getting us in jail. What's the next thing? Are we gonna lose our manhood?
Saving the world?
So Hormir, you went on some sort of what do you call it?
Magical
Pilgrimage.
side. Magical
I don't
side
know what
quest.
you call it. Some vision quest, something.
Pilgrimage.
Like the
I don't
Aborigines
think you
walking
I
through.
don't think you stayed on the prime material plane.
Oh,
Right?
really?
You might not have. You might have been summoned by your deity. Um.
Timor.
Because all
So
you know is that this is the last time you had left the party while y'all were preparing to get underway. You had a dream, and you saw this coin flipping through the air, this gold coin, and then the suddenly it froze midair, and the face started speaking to you.
while the rest of the party's 5th level, he's now like 17th level. Is that what you're saying?
Um, no, um, and you immediately recognize it as your deity. She says, "Hello, Hormir.
My lady.
Have you been feeling lucky lately?"
Lucky and usual.
Jody. So, you're going to need to rely heavily on your luck from here on out, more than usual.
Well, that's what you taught me to do.
Um, yes, exactly, and you've proven adept at it. So, it seems like you're going to be up to the challenge now. Um, so this is why I'm trusting you. Um, the uh, the planes are out of whack. Uh, the uh, the primordial planes, especially the fire plane, they're making another play for the prime material plane.
Good.
And luck is great, but I prefer uh, for luck to be part of a even playing field, and they're trying to uneven the playing field.
So we need to tip the scales back in our favor?
Not in our favor necessarily, just level them out.
I see.
Um, you're with the right group of people.
Are you sure about that?
She starts laughing and she says, "You have to admit, they're pretty damn lucky to have made it this far."
You raise a fair point. We've had our stretch of luck, especially in the pyramid.
And now they'll have you as well. Um, I'm going to send you back, but you're going to be joining them a little bit later in time than when you left.
Okay.
You're going to need to use all of your skills to aid them, and keep your eyes open as well,
I
because
will.
there's a lot going on here in this oasis. And when you open your eyes, all of a sudden, whoosh, you find yourself in front of the Sheik in his tent. You can hear your camel, Lucky Two Hump.
Yep.
Uh, outside, he has his telltale, uh, uh, what do you call it?
The
Noise or whatever he makes.
His bleat.
His bleat.
I think that's
And
the right word.
and uh, Um, the other party isn't there. Let me drag them out of the way so that way. But you see the Sheik, and he says, "Yes, you've been granted an audience with the Sheik. What is your name?
My name is Hormier Music, sir.
And what is it that you're doing here in the Oasis?"
I was traveling with some companions. Companions may be a strong word. I was traveling with some other people who I believe may have arrived ahead of me. They're not. A couple of them aren't the brightest, and I believe they were headed here, and I'm in search of them.
Their ears perk up when they say, "Oh, that they weren't the brightest." Like, oh, he's talking about the ones that arrived last night. Uh, he turns to what looks like his son. And he says, "Did you get a chance to talk with him last night?" He says, "No, I did not, Father. Don't worry about it. I'll take care of it. I'm aware of the companions with whom you've traveled here with. Um, but tell me, they have put me in a precarious situation. They came speaking of death of the air lancers and of and they have claim to have intimate knowledge of the evil Ifriti which plagues our lands. What can you tell me about it?"
I cannot tell you much, unfortunately. I only recently met this group. I was sent, hang on a second, from Bralizar to find a missing caravan that was due from the White Palm here. And I was several days behind these folks, and me and my party at the time traveled along looking for them. A group of your ear-lancers, as I understand, reported that a caravan had been attacked. I pursued in the hopes of helping and found the caravan to have been completely destroyed and everyone with it killed. So I pursued this group further to see if they were the ones at fault. Upon finding them, I found them to be trustworthy but unusual, and have been with them since. They've not mentioned anything of Nefriti as far as I remember.
Uh, Go ahead and give me a persuasion check.
Bardic inspiration. Not.
Go, Timora.
It's the time for the luck.
Halfling luck.
So you believe them to be honorable people.
Yes. They may be unusual in their methods and personage, but they are honorable people, from what I have seen.
Very good. Then, um, I tell you what. Because of the great many refugees here that have come to the oasis of the White Palm, our resources are stretched, and I am having trouble. Uh, we are having trouble keeping them uh, keeping them fed. Uh,
Foe to the
perhaps
rescue.
perhaps if the group would be willing to give a small donation uh,
Recent.
in exchange for their freedom, um, I would be able to welcome them back to my court.
Excellent. And how much of a donation would you require for their freedom?
How many refugees would you say were out there?
Hundreds.
He turns to his son and says, At least 1,000, I'm sure.
Hmm. If you don't mind, it may take me a moment to count some coin. I've got some on me.
Very good.
Holmir sort of kneels down for a minute, pulls out one of his coin pouches, and starts counting through it. And he will hand over 150 platinum pieces.
Should have done it in copper.
Hear a voice from the ground below you.
Yeah, it's like 1, 2. Oh no, I have to start over again.
Holmir can actually count.
Oh, that's Derelict.
Tell me, where would a cleric such as yourself be able to have so much coin readily available?
Well, with the group that you have under your... Can't think of the word.
Under your sway. Under your
Yeah.
sway.
Under your sway, we traveled
Sweaty
through
palms.
a pyramid of great danger, but we managed to survive and take some coin and some items of value from there.
Indeed.
I've not managed to spend any myself yet. The travel here took some time.
I accept your coin. On behalf of the Oasis and of the many refugees, um, welcome, Hormir. Now, come with me. Let us go find your companions.
Thank you very much for your hospitality.
So the Sheik and 2 guards accompany you, and actually he calls for the guards to bring the 3 of them over. And
I don't know. Should I?
Fight
Derelict.
club. Fight club.
No.
Fight club.
I don't know. Go on. I'm not going to do it.
all right. So
You don't want me to do this.
So who's holding?
they bring you back to the to the Sheik's tent, and they give you back your gear,
Well,
and they say, "Oh, your friend has arrived.
Ned.
He's secured your
I'm-
release."
Good job, Ned. Where is he? I don't want to buy him a pie from him.
You're to come with us at once back to the Sheik's tent.
Oh, okay.
So you go back to the tent.
Can I ask the guard? Can I go?
You can go with us back to the Sheik's tent.
I don't think that's what he means by go. I think he meant they gave him lots of water in jail.
So yeah, you hadn't had time for breakfast yet. And it was after dinner time when they threw you in the jail.
Go around hungry.
So when you arrive, you can see there's a nice spread of food there for you.
I'm looking at it with a very critical eye.
And
Muglug's eating it with a very critical face.
the Sheik says, "Welcome, guests, and thanks again for your generous donation to the refugees."
It's no problem. They are in need of it more than I am.
George, where's Ned? I thought we had a friend.
He looks over at towards his
He's stable that's being devoured by Mugwug.
he looks over towards the 2 guards that brought you in, and he says, "Grab yourself some food and eat outside, please." He tells his guards, and they grab some stuff. They're like, "Oh, hey, we." They look like, hey, they hardly ever get to partake of the Sheik's spread. So they grab a bunch of stuff, and
I can't believe it's not real spread.
they shove like food in their mouth and whatever, and they step outside.
That like ramen with
Um,
I
he says,
I pick up a date and I hand over to Darlax and I say, "Date."
Derelax is just standing there, just within his mind, just not saying anything.
so the Sheik tells you that
Are there any pies on the table?
he gets a little bit of a hushed voice, and
But you let
he
out.
tells you it has been um a horrible these last 4 10 days. And I pray that you were the um, that you can help us.
Well, it seems to be what my lady desires. She wishes me to balance the scales, as it were, in this situation.
Yeah.
Um, he says, "I apologize for the way we have welcomed you. Uh, our hearts are saddened over these last several 10 days, and there is a matter of great import. Um, I would like to share my tale with you, and if you be friends and willing, aid me as you may."
Are we still in handcuffs?
No, no, no. You've been removed from your hand. You were removed from your handcuffs right away, and like I said, they gave you back all your gear.
Oh, true.
Um,
Can't trip prisoners anymore. I guess we could give you at the top of the day. Yes.
um, while many among my people enjoy great health and happiness, there are those who I fear wish harm to me and my sons. The discontented are always among us, but never have they dared to act before now. 7 sons ago, Shadala, a young noblewoman from our tribe, was betrothed to my firstborn son, Hassan. She was the chosen bride because she had upon the palm of her hand the sacred symbol. After their betrothal, the 3 day feast began. Yet the place is set and no man knew the time. Manu guide us. Word came by runner the same day that the army was needed to fight the evil Ifriti in the north. The warriors departed at once. On the following night, Princess Shadala disappeared. The marks in the sand outside her tent told of a struggle. The trail ended just north of our camp. Our warriors have struggled to hold the evil one and his army at bay. They have kept us safe until now, but their absence has weakened my position here and made my enemies bold. I believe that my enemies here in the camp, whoever they may be, have Hassan's bride. I ask you to recover Shadala, the beloved bride of my firstborn son. My second son, Chorus Ikoth, will aid you if you wish. And if you find her, then the wealth of my tent and the friendship and service of my kingdom shall be yours.
Impressive.
What say you?
Yeah.
I go. Um,
I'm going to gag the Derelict.
so guys, but he goes. I may, if you may honor a request.
What is that?
Not far from here, the Palazar, there was once me and Mogul once formed a fighting team of 7. One by one, our comrades had fallen. But since we were fighting in a pit arena, their bodies were thrown about. I would request that the bodies are retrieved and given a proper sending as they should and go to the heavens of their gods. If that is not too much.
So you are some of the gladiators from Bralazar?
The best.
Those two are, yes. I'm just a humble cook. I do
We
see you've
are.
got a good spread here. I do like your pate. It's quite tasty. With a little hint of lemon in it. What is the recipe for that? Is that in this wealth you're willing to share?
says, I have
point
no
that you want
knowledge of my chefs and their recipes. He
to
says,
the
I
shuttle.
tell you what, I shall send messenger to Bralazar, and I will make such a request for you. I cannot promise anything. That is as much as I can do, is to provide formal requests to Bralazar and to the uh, owner of the Colosseum there. Would that be sufficient?
That will be sufficient.
Very good.
So are we supposed to just go wandering around the streets yelling Shadowlaw, Shadowlaw, or do you have any leads to help us in this quest? Do you have any people you suspect may be your enemies?
I think
To be honest, go ahead.
My fellow companions also have requests. I believe Fro came here for a reason of his own.
Yeah, we'll get to that later. I see adventure on our hands here. I see the chance to do mighty things. But, there's all the about spice trades. We'll get to that when we're talking about sharing the wealth of the tent, right?
So,
Wealth only in coin, or is it also knowledge?
he reaches he goes back to the tent and he calls for his son. He calls for Hassan. Hassan, come in here, please. And Hassan comes in, and Hassan has the same medallion that the Sheik wears. And he says, "Son, I'm going to need this from you. They have promised to help find Shadallah." And he lights up, and he bows to you. He says, "Thank you." And he says, "Now, please hand them your medallion. They will need it to identify her. That way, if you present this medallion to Shadallah, then she will know that you can be trusted."
See? Okay, fair enough.
So let's see if I've got a picture of the medallion, just so that way you'll have an idea.
Now, is anyone taking notes for next week?
Yes.
Oh, good. Leave it to Toby.
I always take notes every session I'm playing.
His maps may not be so great, but hey, his notes are great.
All right, let's see if
I think this party's a bit of the wing of their pants, or the seat of their pants type of play style instead of like a notes.
So this is the amulet.
Quite intricate.
This is the amulet.
It's like a decoder ring.
Yeah, or are you sure it's not the amulet of Yarlathotep?
And he says, "Very good. Now eat up, and get strong, because we need your help." Um, let me see. He also looks at you, Derelax, and he says, "What kind of armor is that you are wearing?"
Armor. Let me see. What armor am I wearing?
It is covered in blood and guts. It's hard to tell. You have to really look.
Worm gut armor.
Chainmail. It looks like.
Worm gut covered chainmail. Worm gut covered chainmail.
Yes. Little bits of worm hanging from here and there.
Is that a worm or an intestine? Can't tell.
He says, "Allow me to offer you some better armor. Something that will also alert people to know that you are operating in official capacity for the Sheik. Will you accept?"
Derelict just nods.
Okay. So.
Wow, for once he's quiet.
Does Mugluck say that?
Yes, but not quite that way. Mugluck's more like, Darlax is so overwhelmed. For once, he is actually quiet.
I noticed. How do we duplicate this in future?
Yes, we must learn your technique.
He's gonna give you some plate armor.
All right.
It's engraved with the symbol of the Oasis of the White Palm and with the Sheik, very similar to what the Symbiont Air Lancers wore. But the odd thing is, it's almost looks like it's glass, like it's see-through.
Could be wearing
Ooh.
the birthday clothes.
Armor of nudity +1.
I'd say the Emperor's new clothes. Right.
And I'm gonna give you a choice, Michael.
All right.
It's gonna be made of like plexiglass or whatever we want to call it, something magical like that. So,
Right.
do you want it to be adamantine armor, where you can't get a critical hit, or do you want it to be armor of fire resistance?
I'll say. Wait, I can't get a critical hit, or
If somebody critical hits you, it's a normal straight roll instead of they don't get
okay.
double die.
That's a tough choice because one, I know we're fighting something very powerful. Two, I get critical hit all the freaking time.
Yeah.
So,
But then,
after saying that,
but then fire resistance.
Yeah, but after saying that, it's like, yeah, that's gonna happen a lot, and Derelict is getting in a lot of fights. But then again, I have to think about this for a while. You can just role play with the other guys while I think about it.
Alrighty.
So do you have a suit of that studded leather armor about halfling size?
I'm afraid I don't.
Oh. There's something that's good against fire that I could wear, like on my little ring pinky finger here. It's a bear. It needs a ring.
He reaches into his cloak and he pulls out a scimitar.
Scimitar.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, we're going to fight now?
And he hands it to you. He says, "Here you go, little one."
But I already got chop, my little silver cleaver.
Well,
Is this scimitar better?
He's offering you a scimitar +1.
Well, I'll take it.
Gosh, I wish there was something saying in the chat which one I should pick.
So,
can you put up like a questionnaire?
Maybe we could let the people vote on it.
Yeah, there more than one.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but looking at the chat list, I happen to know for a fact those 3 other people are bots.
Oh.
I think. I know for a fact Commander Root and Slowpool are.
Nice.
Yeah, you guys give me a sec.
It's okay. Just he can vote. We can vote over the week. Maybe it won't come up for the next week.
Yeah.
So now let's see. So now you are free to go. So where to next? Where was that other place that y'all wanted to go visit?
The bar?
Oh yeah.
The bar.
You are gonna need a place to stay.
I think I decided, or less. I am gonna go with fire resistance.
Okay.
So plate of fire resistance. Is that 3 magic items whole or?
Well, the fire resistance will require attunement. The adamantine armor won't.
Oh, then I'll go with adamantine armor. You should have said that to begin with.
Don't have to sleep.
All right. Let's see. Where
So
are
is a bar like an inn?
It is. Indeed, it is.
I'm assuming the day is early, right?
I was say that again. Yes.
So we should probably before we head to the bar, we should probably do some scouting around town.
Well, it's also you got to remember that um Jody's purpose is to go to the bar.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And where the trade routes set up.
So I've got
Probably a good
Hormir,
idea.
Dorlax,
Probably didn't
Flo.
spell that right, but yeah. But I'm gonna go with the adamantine armor.
Okay. So let's see. Actually, let's drag y'all.
Is that persuasion not to go to the bar or to go to the bar?
No, that was for the Sheik.
Oh, okay.
I think you guys can go to the bar. Derlax has to do something.
I don't trust this. We don't want to spring you out of the second time.
I'm not paying for another bail.
All right.
That's fine.
He's got
And
he's
you
got
just got
change into his new
Barbara,
armor.
Yeah, right. Actually, I need to visit the lavatory here before I get to the bar.
All right.
Person, not character. So I'll be right back.
Okay. So
Here, I'll be right back.
All right. Let's see. And plate is 18 plus. Yeah, it's just 18. Okay. All
let's
right.
do this. Can y'all
All
see
right.
the screen?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can.
Yep.
Y'all see where y'all are at?
Yeah.
Yep.
Is it alt?
Okay. So this is like a very big city, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
What does this place have? Temples and things like that.
That's a good question. The answer is the um. Let me explain something to you because that is an important question. Um. Several decades ago, most of the Symbians converted from their Thune-like ways and began worshiping their one god anew. Now the Thunes and the Symbians are separate tribes. So the Symbians now, and this is one of the things that the Sheik tells you, that perhaps it is the Thunes and their special religion um, that doesn't like him. Um, whereas, let's see. There is a Where's the cleric?
Hormir's right here.
Their cleric. So I'm not sure where there would be. Let's see. Where's the temple at? Oh no. All right. Let's see. This is kind of screwy because there are.
Sorry about that, guys. The king of the Sultan's feast was too much. It's taco to hell. What are we doing? Michael dropped off. T-Time is doing something.
Okay, so y'all started out at. So y'all went to the Sheik's tent.
Did we get any leads for this SIV? Or
I'm sorry.
did we get any leads on like possible suspects or whatever?
Other than the fact that I don't know what these red and green lines mean, so don't ask.
It's Christmas in the desert.
I was about to say that.
So the compound, the Sand Voyagers compound is here, and that's where Happy Hogan's is. In fact, Happy Hogan's is here.
Where our camels
Yeah.
are.
The red and
And-
green lines are probably just like a wall.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
So Derelax is walking around with see-through armor.
Yeah, he is. It's see-through armor.
I'm fine.
It feels
He's
kind
got
of like
pants on
guard.
before he put it on the armor. Well, he's got clothes on before he put on the armor. It's over his clothes.
Was that the laundry basket? Yeah.
So,
Well, that was my-
yeah. So the only clue is that there might be some Thune worshippers that are not happy with him.
Oh,
And the other thing is that apparently that he's having a hard time now because a lot of his other than his armies
yeah.
being wiped out,
that's-
other armies are off, basically, running around in circles, chasing their tails, whatever, because of the attacks by the Afridi. There's no way to predict where or when the Afridi will show up. Somehow or another, the Oasis has come out unscathed. The exception being the disappearance of the princess.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what was the deity's name? Anu or Soon or?
So yeah, so let me figure out. Hold on, give me a second to figure out where the freaking.
Yeah, I mean, we've got extra.
Yeah, Anu.
Anu. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the only temple I'm going to find here, right?
Yeah. So this would be H3A. Let's look. Let me make sure that I know which temple is, or which tent is which.
You want to eat the rest of those White Castle burgers too?
1, 2, 3.
I ain't, you know.
Okay. So it's actually right here.
We're somewhere where the Sheik's house.
Okay.
But might as well go get over here and all the way over there.
So let's see.
Yeah, that's what it. What's your waist size?
Let's get
So
y'all over there.
it's yeah.
I can't do that 'cause I can find
So the rest can go to the place where Pro needs to go. I'm going to walk into.
Well, this
the
is right
temple.
next to y'all, so you can stop there on the way to the Sand Voyagers compound.
Yeah, I'm gonna go in and
you were like this and for me.
Get in trouble. See all those guards outside of this tent.
When you see this, there is a central worship. A silver statue rests atop a circular stone platform in this otherwise plain room. A single hooded figure in white robes stands with his back to the tent entrance.
so is there worshippers around the statue, or is it I just see this person in the white robe?
Just the person in the white robe.
Um, I go up to the person in the white robe and go, "Excuse me."
Wait
He stands up and he turns around to you. He pulls back his hood and he looks at you and he looks at everybody else and he's like, "Yes, how may I be of assistance?"
I I have a bit of a problem. You see,
He notices your armor all of a sudden. He's like, "Oh." Stands up a little more straight.
I made a request to gather some friends of mine that are recently within the month been deceased.
Yes.
And I would like to have a sermon and service to give them a proper resting funeral. If you would gladly do that.
Hey guys, I guess prison made Derelict a little reminiscent of his
He
petty.
found religion in prison.
Nobody knows the trouble I've been. Nobody but a noon.
I think he's nearly died too many times.
He's not had enough oxygen good to his brain. His breath keeps boiling it away.
He says, "So how many people would we need this memorial for?"
5.
5.
Are you willing to pay for each memorial to offset the
It
two?
will generally cost 10 gold per memorial per person. Will that be
You should
okay?
go.
That will be fine.
Hey, Derelict, you should go 100 to give him a really fine sending off.
Very good. So where are the bodies?
They're in Balzar, and I talked with the Sheik, and he's going to send a request to try to get them from the arena.
So it may take about 210 days before they are back. Is that correct?
Most likely.
Very good.
He's good preservance.
We'll make preparations then. In the meantime, feel free to make an offering to Anu and worship here if you wish.
So, yeah, what the hell? Why not? I'm gonna give him 50 platinum.
Oh,
Hey.
Yeah, for one for to make the payment for the memorial and as an offering.
very good then. Thank you very much. I've heard of the generosity of the visitors to the oasis. So yes, thank you for your contribution. Please, um, are you uh, a regular worshiper of Anu? And he turns and gives a sideways glance towards Hormir.
I must be honest. I've not prayed to the gods since I was taken as a slave as a boy.
That's okay. That's okay. I would not have expected outsiders. I was merely curious.
But I am strongly reconsidering due to recent events.
Which one of you is carrying the medallion that Sheik's son gave to you?
Here, I'll take it. Here, Mr. Charisma. Yeah, take the medallion. If no one else wants
Okay. So he looks and he spots the medallion on you, and he does a double take, like what?
it.
Um, and he he says, what is your purpose here? Are you in has the Sheik entrusted you with a mission of some sort?
I don't know about them, but I'm here for my own reasons.
I mean, in general, the Sheik has given you the Symbian armor, and he's given your small friend here the medallion that either he or his son wears. That would imply that the Sheik trusts you greatly. This is why I'm asking.
Is there a need you need from the Sheik?
I am wondering what it is that you are tasked with.
So Jarlax is in the doorway, so I'm kind of like looking around
okay.
him and prodding him. And,
I
hey,
can
hey.
only think of one thing he'll buy, and Homer, don't hate me. But to help figure out how to defeat the Ifriti.
Give me a deception check.
All right.
Is that deception?
Yes. That is totally not what the Sheiks asked us to do.
True.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna hate myself for this. Bardic inspiration.
You don't get bountiful luck. You don't get the bountiful luck.
He says, "Very well. That is your mission." And then he turns to you, Fro, and he says, "What is your mission? Is it the same?"
The mission for the Sheik? Why carry this medallion?
Yes, because I can only think of one reason why the Sheik would have entrusted you with that medallion.
To seek someone dear to him?
Dear to all of us.
You know her. You know this person.
Everybody does, of course.
How would one recognize them?
Him,
Them.
them. Um,
What do we know about Anu and the priests of Anu? Are they generally good or bad or maligned?
Sure. So he calls you inside, and he
Yeah,
closes the
sorry,
flaps.
there's a big dragonborn in the doorway here.
And he closes the flaps to the tent.
That's my religion role. What do I know about the gods of Anu? And do I know how they tend to align themselves at all, or are they usually neutral in almost affairs?
I don't know. I would say they're probably. I mean, they seem the followers here. If the Sheik, is a follower of Anu,
Oh,
so they would seem to be more lawfully aligned.
the natural order of the universe. Is this
Oh, okay. They're aligned.
He says, come in. I don't want anybody who's a dirty thune to overhear this. And he closes the flaps behind y'all.
Duck through under Derrick's legs and go inside.
I
He
don't
might
know.
have.
Are Muglug and Hormir coming in?
There's a big dragon like.
I mean, is everybody coming into the tent or not?
I'm wondering if Muglug might actually be a Thune.
I'm not sure if he'd take offense at me walking in the tent or not.
I think he's okay. He understands that you're not necessarily a follower of Anu, but at the same time, he sees unequivocal proof that the Sheik has entrusted you
He has
for
his
whatever
swipe,
reason.
right? For bow revelry as we go through the flap.
Homie will step in then.
Derrick sits there in the flap.
Derelax was like, I didn't intend this to happen. I just wanted to pray and so forth, and then just thrown in another situation.
He says,
Oh, come on,
Princess
get in
Shadala
here.
is fair and young and beautiful. It is Princess San. I suspect always had eyes for her. So when the symbol appeared on her palm, it was almost as if everybody gave a great sigh of relief because it meant that true love would be married and that Hassan would not have to marry somebody else.
The symbol appears in generations past or something.
I'm sorry.
Common.
You see, there is an altar here. Where's the altar at? I don't know where the altar is.
I thought it was, or is it? Well, I thought it was.
There's a specific altar
Where was this?
where the symbol resides. And once the bride is supposed to marry the firstborn, that symbol transfers from the altar to the palm of her hand, and that is how we know who the sheik's son is to marry. So this happens every generation.
And there are always pairs, the bride with the firstborn son and stuff. It doesn't ever like go one person or.
Well, the next in line, which would typically be the firstborn, by tradition.
Doesn't have a sign symbol on his palm?
Say what now?
The prince get a symbol on his palm too.
No, the prince wears the amulet that you now wear, little one.
Oh, I'm betrothed to the
Presumably, the prince gave that to you to help identify Shadala, or so that Shadala could identify you as his agent. Am I correct?
Give me a persuasion. Man, yes. It would appear that's what he wants. I think it's hard for me to trust people sometimes. I've been on the streets in the cities and stuff.
I pray that you are worthy of the Sheik's trust.
Oh, you put me in the kitchen, I'll do it, Rob. Can I cook you? Yeah. No, just mess. It's my weird streets, black humor coming to the surface. So,
the symbol on the palm of Hassan's bride comes from a tradition that is almost as
true,
old as the tribe itself. Only one woman at a time may bear the symbol, and only so long as she lives, or until it is passed on to the new bride. Now, Hassan and Chorus's mother has died a few years back, So since that time, the symbol resided here on this altar. It
Is
was
that the
only it
altar?
was only a 10-day ago that it disappeared from the altar and it appeared on her hand. Um, the old beliefs say that the first bride has great power over evil because of the mark on her hand. I believe that's just a superstition, and it's just important for tradition. But I will tell you this: this altar is still bare, which means the bride must still be alive.
Well, do you know of anyone who has been asking about her? Do you get out of the temple much? Out of your temple? Here.
Indeed, I do, and everybody is curious. Uh, Nobody knows what has happened. Uh, I suspect it's dirty Thunes that are masquerading as worshippers of Anu. Not all are true believers here in the Oasis, so be wary.
No, the altar you talked to, is that in
Alas,
the
the place is set,
temple?
but no man knows the time.
Hmm?
He
But the
says a
altar,
curious thing. He just sort of mutters under his breath, "The place is set, but no man knows the time." This is the same phrase that the Sheik muttered as well to himself, kind of like as a
history or something.
give me a history check. Yes.
Jody did roll a religion check with a 21.
Yeah, better roll the history.
I'll roll
Because I've
it as
lived on the
well.
street, sir.
I'll roll one as well. 15. Sheesh.
So it seems that this is, and all I'm going to tell you is this: that it seems like it's a common saying, a saying of maybe exasperation or of being at their at a loss. You know, the place is set, but no man knows the time.
Okay.
You wrote that down from here.
Yep.
What's that?
Good.
Taking notes.
Okay.
Oh,
And that's it. And he says, friends, feel free to come back at any time. And thank you once again for your generous donation, Mr. Dragonborn.
Derelax. My name is
Derelax.
Derelax. Derelax Bond. I'm just kidding.
Derelax. That sounds familiar.
Perhaps you saw the flyers.
So he says, very good. So then he opens the tent flaps back up. He puts back up his hood. And he says, and now I shall pray, and now I shall pray for you, for wisdom and courage, so that you may help the Sheik, and that the Sheik will have
You got us all hush hush, but you didn't give us any leads. No people.
Well, we did get a lead. We know she's alive.
so that's so he starts praying for you to be smarter than you look. He starts praying. He's like,
Good. I could use to boost your intelligence. Although, I've heard thoughts and prayers don't go very far.
do you say that to
Hey,
Hormir?
hey,
Do you say that in front of Hormir?
No, just
I put my hand on Thormir's shoulder. Not Thormir. Hormir's shoulder, and you should be happy for me. I found religion.
Yes, you have. I'm pleased, Darlax.
Is that sarcastic face or
No,
No,
it's
no,
sad
not at
face.
all.
It's disappointed face that you didn't convert to
Timora?
Tamora.
Hey, before we go,
Mhm.
kind healer, do you have any supplies that we can maybe purchase for our adventures?
Holy
Um,
water.
I
Yeah,
suggest
holy
you go
water.
to the bazaar. One of my acolytes is there selling holy water.
Thank you.
Well, lock it.
So is that what the next map is? The bazaar?
How bizarre.
Yes.
So let's go where Fro needs to go, I guess.
You're always trying to push me to do my thing. We got a mission. Let's finish a mission first.
Okay, where to?
I'm sure if we could do the mission for the greater good, my little side project will work itself out in due time. Is this a bazaar? Is that what the next map
So
is?
yeah, so this is the compound where the bazaar and Happy Hogan's is located as well.
Oh,
And Foe has his personal mission, right, is to establish a trade agreement with
Right.
Happy Hogan, right?
Right.
oh, nice.
So where to first, y'all? Y'all following Muglug?
Yeah. Along with Muglug.
Wow, this place is huge and cool. Where am I? Oh, there I am. I guess. I'm gonna ask Cormier a question, and I'm gonna whisper really, quietly. Do you have any way to help us by communing with your deity or something?
Well, funny you should say so. She deemed it necessary to speak to me in my dream.
Yeah.
And told me that the primordial planes are out of line, as it were, and the balance of power is shifting. And that the plane of fire is trying to take over the prime material. I believe
They're like just nods and pretends he understands.
It would appear that this Afriti that has been terrorizing the desert is more than likely an extension of the plane of fire and trying to claim the entire world for itself. And she deems you worthy warriors.
So Muglug's like, maybe we should just let the Afridi of air, water, and earth out so they could all like balance each other out. That's it.
No, that would be a terrible idea.
That's
They would
why
probably
he said
just
it.
work together. We need to seal that Afriti away. We need to balance the world again.
Well,
Okay, so y'all
I
can
don't
hear
know.
the. Go ahead. Sorry.
I don't know how, but I think this seal may be connected to stopping the free or our next clue, at least. And I think it's connected to these star gems.
Someone at the door.
Right. Yeah. They're swapping out the door lock on the house because the guy left about an hour before D&D.
So here at the bazaar, you can find lots of stuff that you want. In fact, the whole player's handbook.
Excellent.
And
Did we ever figure out how much money we had each?
Over here, you see the entrance to Happy
okay.
Hogan's Desert Igloo. It says, "Don't worry, be happy." Happy Hogan's Desert Igloo. People funneling in and out, and it says "and in" at the bottom. And over here, you can see place to stable your, or I guess it'll be over here. Stable your camels and whatnot.
Yeah.
So what do y'all want to do?
Oh,
Muglug goes shopping.
Yeah, I've done enough. You guys can do stuff now.
Yeah, Horn's
Yes,
probably
you
going to
have
second
done
that.
enough. All right.
All right,
Some,
you'll probably need to go to Happy Hogan's and secure lodging.
Right. Well,
Let's do that first.
yeah, we'll do that.
Shot in from
How are you? Guys, where are you?
right behind you, Fro.
Oh, yeah, I see that. Oh, okay. Good.
All right. Oh my gosh, it looks like they sell fireworks.
Oh, boy. I'm going to step back.
Oh no.
It's like remember your promise. You weren't gonna do anything, Michael. They got fireworks.
Fireworks.
Oh, my breath
Use
weapon can light
fireworks.
those
Let
up.
me show them how I juggle this alchemy fire.
We used to do this competition where we would juggle fireworks until they explode. The one that lasts the longest wins.
Are you sure that's just not the cotton candy again? Guys, where's Parallax? Oh, there he is. Okay. Where's Mudbug? Mudbug. There it comes. Everything is as it should be. The tanks are in the front. So, is it a door or is it a saloon
Oh,
door?
you just go on. You can walk on in. And the place is bustling, right?
Looks like it. Lots of
So it's
people.
this huge dome, and you walk in, and this room occupies half of the dome and ends in the flat brick back wall. Set back against that wall is a large bar about 40 feet long. Two huge mirrors flank the door behind the bar, which apparently leads to the back room. Over the door is a golden plaque. Various wicker tables and chairs are placed here and there about the room. And it's pretty busy.
I'm gonna actually keep the medallion kind of stowed inside my shirt so that it's not easily visible.
Okay.
But I don't know what to say about the armor guy.
I'll go talk to the rooms, and Fro can go set up his spice thing.
So you're gonna go talk to who? I'm sorry.
I'm just gonna go get the rooms for everybody.
Oh, secure some rooms.
So Fro can go do his business.
Oh, well, the same person that you need to talk to the room is the same person that Fro needs to talk to.
They're already behind the bar. I'm already at the bar.
Indeed they are. You see a couple of halflings running around. In addition to a bartender, there's one guy tending bar. There's another halfling. She's running around and waiting on tables. She's quite young, like your age, Fro. And an older halfling is also behind the bar, and he appears to be dealing with books and whatnot as well.
I look at the halfling that's the same age, the lady halfling, same age of Fro, and I just bump my arm into Fro and go for it.
As she's running around waiting tables, she does a double take at Fro, and then she just kind of flashes a smile.
Flashing back. So, barkeep, we seek lodging for an indeterminate amount of time. We were wondering what your day rate is.
It's fairly standard rates, whatever it is in the player's handbook. What is it? How many of you?
Well, do we want to bunk up in the same rooms, or do we want to be like one to a room? asking them.
Well, space is limited.
Uh,
I may bunk you up with others.
oh yeah, because the refugees. Can we do 2 people to a room?
Um,
We got
if you're
4 people.
intimate, we can fit 4 to a room. There are 4 of you, are there not?
Yeah, there are 4 of us. Well, that would prefer
Uh,
2 to a
what
room, but
type of inn is this, like quality wise?
I'm sorry. This is the best damn place in town.
Where is it, like aristocratic, modest, comfortable,
I'm gonna say wealthy.
wealthy? Then it's 2
Ooh.
gold pieces a night.
4.
hmm
4.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Um,
So, budget.
I've got it here from the starter kit. It's 2 gold a night for a wealthy.
yeah. So we'll call it 1 gold a night per person.
Okay,
4
Okay.
gold a night.
hmm
sounds fair.
Since you're all gonna bunk up in one room together,
Should we maybe
and that'll
pay for a
include 1
10-day?
meal a day. You can pay for the other meals.
Made by you. I'm sure it's quite excellent fare. In fact, I'd kind of like to swap recipes with you guys and maybe try something out in the kitchen. I have some cooking ability. You can ask my companions here.
And he says, first let me sign you in. Your names, please.
I put down my 1 gold piece and I say, Derelax.
Derek.
He doesn't matter about it.
Would you like me to write that for you?
Please show me.
We'll go over words again later, Daralex.
He says, I'll sign you in. Don't worry.
She writes jackass.
In the corner, do you see? Do you see the corner? There's a guy singing. He's kind of near the fireplace, right?
Right.
He's singing. He's got a stack of comics next to him, and he's singing about. You hear him the song. He's singing a song about a pyramid and about how the people wandering about for ages, chasing their tail. And he says, "In your name," he looks at you, Fro. Your name for the ledger, please.
No, let me write it there for you, and I shorthand it down to Frodo.
Frodo.
Yeah.
And he says, "Okay." And then your name, and he hands it to you, Hormer.
I'll put in my full name and hand him a gold.
Okay, and that's how do you pronounce this?
It's Hornier Music.
Hormer music. And you, good sir. And he looks up at you, the big half-orc, towering half-orc.
Muglug.
Would you like me to write that for you?
Muglug know how to write Muglug.
Oh, very
It's
good.
big X.
Oh, you just need to cross your T. Let me fix that for you. And he kind of just puts Muglug. He says, there, that's better.
Very nice penmanship,
Just missed
sir.
some punctuation, that's all. And he
You know
says,
how to read it.
and he says, welcome, Derelax, Hormir, Frodo, Muglug. And then you hear the bard in the corner. The guardians of the desert-y. He says, he starts singing about Lugnut the orc, Dulcolax the kobold, Doughboy the Pillsbury gypsy, and Hormel the baby purple worm who says, I am Hormel. And there's also Ramirez the acid trippy gnome.
Not another no. No. Well,
And he
I think
says,
he's
if you
trying to
like
get our
my
attention.
song and if you like the stories, Please feel free to buy a comic. Guardians of the Deserty, only 1 copper piece.
I'll pay that.
I'm curious, friend. Your song was quite interesting.
He-
Where did you get this information?
What's that? I'm but
Where
a
did
humble
you-
bard.
Yes, but only the 4 of us were in that pyramid.
What's that?
Only the 4 of us were in that pyramid. How do you know what occurred inside?
The 4 of us? You mean to tell me that you are Hormel?
Hormia? For
You
one,
don't-
you've got all of our names slightly wrong.
You don't look like a pet baby purple worm.
That would be because I'm not.
No, go ahead. I just
No,
bought a
you carry
comic. I just bought a comic. That's what I was just trying to say.
So
And I'm like, and I just go to Fro. I can't read.
I will start turning the pages and actually singing the correct songs.
So it's Lugnug the orc, Dulcolax the kobold, Doughboy the Pillsbury gypsy, Hormel the pet baby purple worm that only says I am Hormel. And then in the background you see a gnome with color swirls in her eyes, just eating a mushroom. And that's Ramirez or Rem, I guess just Rem.
Rim Snippy.
Ramirez.
Rin
Ramirez is what they call it.
Oh, okay.
And it's the Guardians of the Desert splayed across the top of the comic. And
So
he says, "What do you mean by your question, good sir?"
What I mean is, it's only been, 5 days since we left the pyramid? I don't understand how word has got to you so quickly.
It's been at least a 10-day, but sure.
Oh, okay, well, a 10-day, but
Uh-huh.
I'm just curious. We're the only ones, like, out of character. We're the only ones that knows what happened inside that pyramid. So unless someone's scrying on us and then passing out misinformation, I don't get how they've got to this point, like how this information is disseminated out into the world.
And then something just occurs to Derilax, and
As
he
you-
just
as you
closes
flip
the comic.
As you
Closes the
flip
comic.
as
He
you
goes,
flip through,
the gnome.
you find that there's another gnome in the picture in the comic strip named Prit. He's got a spoon. He appears to actually be the hero of the comic.
curse you, Brett. The challenge is performance with the performance of my own.
It's a guy's life, and this is how he repays you.
Muglug's just listening to this tale in like total like he's like zoned in, like this is awesome. He's like he doesn't recognize this at all. He's like,
Read it to me, foe. Read it to me tonight in bed.
I can just picture Muglug in these little pajamas, and Fro just reading this comic book to him. And the pajamas are all stretched out because they don't fit.
Suddenly, the Happy Hogan says, "I remember now. This is why your names look so familiar to me." And he screams out.
It's a scream.
Uh-huh. What are y'all gonna say?
I'm gonna slightly move out of the inn for the wall stealthily.
He says, "Some packages arrived for you like over a 10-day ago. For let's see, one for Fro, and one for Derilax."
Are they still here?
Yes, here we are. He pulls him out from behind the bar.
And I go, oh, package.
Peeking under the paper or seeing there if there's any strings attached or whether we're looking for ball.
So it's you can hear something rattling around inside your package.
Maybe.
Hmm.
Oh, what the hell? Let's check. Let's do the wisdom check first.
And I look to Fro and go, maybe we shouldn't open our package in our rooms where there's privacy.
That's a good idea, actually. Yeah. First, good idea. I've heard you say all day.
Okay.
I'm actually going
So
to
do y'all
look
want to
up
go
my
to your
notes.
room?
Yeah. We'll leave these miscreants to their disconcerts. Disinformation.
All right.
Fake
Let's
news.
see. Which one is going to be your room? Let's just say it's. I don't know which room it is, so let's just say it's this room. It's palatial.
Ooh.
All right, so y'all can go into there and have some privacy.
I'll get on the red or I'll get on the green rug. Yeah. But that's
And
bed. I'm on the bed.
How's that going to sleep 4 with only one bed?
hey, you know what?
They got a couch. Oh wait, Hormo called it.
Yep.
You guys are guarding the doors.
I'm gonna get 2 pillows and put them together and just lie down on them.
So, you're gonna open the packages?
Yeah, it's like Christmas.
Okay. So,
That's a Douglas first.
so Derilax, so Fro, yours is a sending stone from your Uncle Ben, leader of the Cisco tribe.
Have any news? Or is it just for contact?
He wants to know from you. He wants to hear from you. The note says, "This is a sending stone to your Uncle Ben. Give me a call as soon as you get this."
Horrible fair DM.
What's that?
Uncle Ben with
Great spice comes great responsibility.
rice and spice.
Rice. The rice must flow. You had it wrong the whole time. It was the rice must flow.
I'll start operating it to try to give them a call on bed or whatever.
Alrighty, you're gonna try to get into the corner or something and be like, "Yes, Uncle." He starts bitching at you.
I think we've made great progress. Have you heard from Ned yet?
Indeed, I have.
Ned the Pike.
Indeed, I have. Great job making contact with him. Have you made contact with Happy Hogan yet?
We're at his place now.
Great. Once you've established relations with him, we'll need a way for him to place orders quickly with us. So pass this sanding stone on to him so that he can make his orders.
Okay.
And
And
he says,
Yes,
but not until he signs the contract. In the meantime, hang on to this. I need to be checking in on you.
gee, thanks, Uncle.
So
Thanks, Ben.
he says, "Well, I haven't heard from you in over a month. I mean, what the hell?"
Got a little sidetracked. But our news of our fame has grown through the desert. That's a little extraordinary. Surely you've heard of.
Blah 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 blah. Show me the money.
Oh wait, this is an extra. I can't show you video. But I can jingle the coins.
Ah, yes. I love the sound of that. Wait a minute. Are those platinum pieces?
Yeah.
Oh, you're my favorite nephew. I knew I chose the right one for this mission.
Sure, Uncle. I just remember you were the one who kicked me out on the streets when I was 6 years old because of that stupid spit.
Toughening you up. Toughening you up.
Yeah, whatever.
So,
So-
Daralax, your package apparently is from your mother, Darlalax.
You know exactly what's in my business result.
Michael, you still there?
Yeah, it's like Derelict is just speechless.
Yeah, your mom, Darlax, sent you a care package.
And he slowly opens it up and just. Well, first he gets Homer to read it for him.
So, Hormir, apparently his mom is named Darlalax.
I have a character has a freaking name passed down.
And
I can't mock it.
it says, Darlax, these gifts are for you. Um, just attach this, affix this to your cloak, and here's a nice shirt for you. So you open it up.
Yeah.
So inside is a T-shirt,
They're making
and on it in big letters is sprawled the following: Daralax the Great. Great spelled Grate. Toby is muted, or is just covering his mouth really good. You are detecting magic, Jody.
Yeah, magic comes through.
There's also a little patch, like a little patch that goes onto your cloak. Actually, it's two of them,
Okay.
two circles, and they go onto your cloak.
I attach them.
Magically, they become part of the cloak.
So it's gonna be
And,
bad, pretty good.
Apparently your mom is like an artificer, but you know she's got latent artificial skills. And
But she can't spell.
no, she can't spell. So the shirt emanates magic. It's just a T-shirt,
I like it.
like
I
a
get a
long sleeve
sitting-
T-shirt,
Get a magic T-shirt.
and that says Daralax the Great, and
Wait, what does it really spell?
Daralax the Great in big letters across. Grate, great.
T-R-A-T-E.
And
Okay.
Oh,
and
It's a shirt of shredding.
it is a shirt. Are you gonna put your shirt on or not?
I guess I will.
You hear me complaining in the background about how you have these magic items, and like, why couldn't I get magic items? You get magic
It's
items.
like his chest is. He's like it's.
You can use a
It's
bonus action
Uh-huh.
to cause your shirt to rip, exposing glistening muscles underneath. Every day at dawn, it self-mends.
I test it out.
It rips, and then all of a sudden your muscles are exposed and they're glistening.
Eh,
I should do that with the cloak of billowing.
Now your billowing cloak is also a cloak of levitation.
Oh. Cloak of
you can
levitation.
fly.
But
No, the cloak levitates, not him. Just the cloak.
It just flies off of him.
No, I imagine it hangs him. He starts choking.
Right. This is all a ruse by someone.
Yeah, but I think there's a lot of questions going through Daralax's mind, like how did his mother find him? For one, because like he's not seen her in years since he was.
They're called books for visitors.
Yeah, I'm sure as a slave. So I think the first thing he's going to do is ask Homer to help him write a letter, but we can do that after everyone opens their package.
So far, you're the only two that have packages, unfortunately. Nobody else got a package.
I look over at Mugglug and said, I got a sitting stone.
Muglug says back to Fro, does this outfit make me look fat? As he looks in the mirror.
Nah, your muscles glisten pretty well. Not as well as Derilax's now, but they still glisten pretty well.
Ooh, those are fighting words.
Yeah, well, he's got a magic shirt that makes his glisten better, so might have to fight him for that shirt.
Like Muglug steals a shirt and says, Daylax great. And when it tunes, it goes, Muglug with an X is G.
Muglug meh.
But anyways, so that's the only packages we find. I guess I'll go to Hormier and have him help me write a letter.
Okay.
Right, I'll go back out to talk to the halflings while these two guys are kind of all settling in. That's a piece.
So
Right,
here's a question I want to know, and this is off character. When Muglug tie his bathrobe on?
Muglug has a bathrobe?
Yeah, he said he came in with a bathrobe.
No, I didn't.
Oh, you didn't?
Nope.
Okay, then what did you come in wearing?
My armor.
Oh. But you said you were wearing something about, and then you showed it off, and then my shirt, or I don't know.
Yes, did my outfit make me look fat?
Oh.
Yeah.
So
I'm in the
But you said
corner of the
bathrobe
bar
for some reason.
Okay, so you're back talking with Happy Hogan?
Yeah.
I'm actually talking with the bard first.
The bard. Okay,
Yeah.
so he says, yes, I
Bard
see.
off.
He says, oh, you're back for more. I see you appreciate the musings of Orlando the Mistral, I see.
Actually, sir, I want to challenge you to a bardic duel. Who can tell the best story of the desert?
Bardic duel.
Bardic duel. We'll play in front of this crowd of patrons, and whoever has the best performance wins the purse for the night.
Hey, he lowers his voice. He's like, hey, look, man, this is just a gig. Why you gonna try to screw me up here? I got a good thing going. I'm not messing with nobody.
But you got the facts straight, man. You haven't got the facts straight. Actually, that's kind of good, too, because we don't want to throw the story out there. But
Were y'all really at the pyramid?
I don't know. Were you at the pyramid? I see you have. But Pritt was.
Yeah, Pritt. He and I go way back.
Hey. At some point, I wouldn't mind talking to Pritt, but I don't think I ought to talk with him in front of
Oh,
him.
Pritt ain't around. Pritt ain't around. He's moved on.
Moved on where?
He's here and there. He said he was. I hadn't seen Pritt in years. He apparently was doing some excavation or something. I don't know what.
I think you're trying to deceive me, sir.
What's that now?
I think you might be trying to deceive me. Because you got a story that's only maybe a couple 10 days old on these comic books, but you're saying you haven't seen Pritt in years.
I'm seeing until I saw him a week ago. I hadn't seen him in years.
I see. And he's gone again?
Yeah, he was passing through. He said he was moving on to try to find something about
Would I dig in my pockets and pull out a coin and kind of catch onto him that there's a coin in my hand, but I'm not saying how much it is. Like I'm trying to keep it inside of my hand, concealed as to what type of coin it is.
Mm-hmm. And so, what are you? You're offering him money?
Yeah, I'll give you this coin if you'll give me a better description of where Brit may be these days.
Wait a minute. What do you want with Prit?
Just to find out what he's up to. I mean, we encountered him in the last week or so, too, so I'd like to catch up with him.
Sure. I'll be willing to give some information about Prit, but
Yeah.
how much are you paying?
Well, let's see. 55. Come on, look. We should do D6. What's that? So I'll show him an electrum piece, but I'll say it's really out of platinum. It's the old gold from the kingdoms.
Oh. Did you give yourself? Oh wait, you can't give yourself bardic inspiration. I don't think.
Okay. So how much do you end up giving him?
An electrum.
An electrum?
Yeah.
10 or 1? How many did you say?
1.
1 electrum? He tells you. Prit was saying something about some obelisks that he wanted to check out. I tried to warn him against it though, because I've heard rumor of some black obelisks in the desert that are evil. But he said that wasn't true, and he was gonna go check them out.
Good. Are they near this oasis?
No, they're way off in past. So that's why he was only passing through here on the way.
I see. Well, that's kind of useful information, I suppose. Here's the gold for your extra trouble there.
Oh, thank you. And,
Can I get
and here,
one of
have
these?
a copy. Have a copy of.
Can I get it signed?
Sure. He signs it. Rolando the Minstrel.
Rolando. Thank you, Rolando. Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to
You
meet
know,
you, sir.
have
And
you been
as
here at
as you're
Hogan's
talking
for
to
a
him,
while?
the female halfling comes up
Mhm.
behind you, and she says, "How you doing, Rolando?" Hello there, Rose. She's like, "Can I get you anything?" "I'm fine right now, Rose. Thank you." And
I
she
could
said,
do
"How about
for.
your friend? Who's your new friend?"
Oh, my name's Fro. Fro, pleased to meet you. Rose, is it? Rose?
"That's right. My name is Rose." She starts blushing a little bit.
Yes. Well,
"Is there anything that I can get you, sir?"
I had a pretty good meal this morning, but I could go for a little appetizer and maybe something to stop to drink with it. And since Rolando, he's a regular here in the tavern,
Oh
Rolando,
yes, he provides entertainment for us daily.
I'll go to cover his tab for the day.
What's that now?
I'll cover his tab for the day.
Oh, that's
As
very
long as
kind
it's
of you.
his tab and not anyone else on top.
Okay. And what can I get you?
As I said, an appetizer, a nice stout drink. That's do for now.
Okay.
We are staying in the inn, so we'll be probably regular patrons for the next couple of days.
Oh, that's good to hear. Well, if you need anything, let me know. I'll be right back with that appetizer.
Is there a good time when I could sit and talk with Hogan himself? Was Hogan the main man who manages the place, or are you actually managing it?
Are you oh, you're talking about my uncle? Yeah. Yes, you can. What is it that you need to speak with him about?
Food, grain, trade routes, that sort of thing.
Are you a businessman?
Sometimes. And sometimes I'm a performer like Rolando here. I like to keep it varied so that I don't have too many pennies in one pocket, as it were. Put too many pennies in one pocket, then you don't get the platinum from a widespread.
She looks at you and she says, I have a feeling you have a great deal more talents that you're not letting on. But we'll see. And she she goes off behind the bar and goes back into the kitchen. Um,
Yeah.
and
Back to the rest of the party.
okay.
Mugglug went running off.
Yeah, where did Muglug go? Muglug's at the bar, right?
Thought he went to the fireworks.
Muglug, pick a table. He's drinking.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So Muglug, you're drinking and
Where is Mugglug? Oh, there he is. Can I saunter over to him? Hey, Bug.
it seems that let's see. Actually, no, I think you're okay there. So you're there. Nobody else is at your table, I guess. And again, it's just people in and out. You hear everybody. It sounds like most of the chatter is about the refugees and the Freedy and various settlements that have been hit and rumors. And um, Hogan comes up to Happy Hogan comes up to Fro.
Oh.
And,
Hello, sir.
He says, and how are you? Oops. Grabbed the wrong
I'm
guy.
good. Careful. This could be grounds for harassment or something.
And he says, my niece Rose tells me that you wish to speak business. What
Yes,
business
indeed.
is it? What business do you do?
Well, I'm in the food service industries. I work for the Cisco tribe, and we deliver fine products far and wide, and we also import fine products to our glorious city of whatever it is, Balthazar or whatever. I forgot. So,
Glorious city of Walmart.
Walmart, yes. And we hear that you have quite an exotic spread of dishes here at Hogan's. We'd like to set up.
It's not quite as exotic as I would like,
negotiation.
but I am always interested in adding to my menu.
You'd like to add to it?
Yes, we have a very limited menu. So yes, if you do have offerings of various food stuff, I would be interested. Do you have any samples that you would like to share?
I have a few, yes. I'd have to get my gear out of my room.
I ate them. Sorry, Fro, I ate them.
But we can always whip them up fresh from scratch and show how you can use some of the local ingredients paired with spices and to bring out extra flavors that people are not aware of.
He says, I tell you what, why don't you talk to my cook? Let me introduce you to him.
Okay, that's good. I'll let you lead the ways. Or bring him out or whatever.
Let's see. There we go. Maybe drag your cursor over there. And he introduces you to the cook, and cook says, starts yelling at Hogan. It's like, why are you bothering me right now? Can't you see I'm busy with the meal prep? And Hogan's like, oh, and he basically just rang Hogan out of the kitchen. And the cook looks at you and he's like, well, unless you're prepared to help me prepare this meal,
yes, I am.
I don't have time for you.
Let me sing you a little song so that we can prepare it at half the time. And give bardic inspiration.
Okay. And then I'm gonna need you
See?
to give me a cook's utensils proficiency check because he's now enlisting you in the kitchen duties.
So you're going to teach him how to make chocolate salty balls?
It's a 14.
All right. Well, apparently, you're spending the next several hours with the cook. He didn't kick you out of the kitchen
We
after
start
the
to
first few
talking.
minutes, and
Start talking.
he's basically treating you like a member of the kitchen staff now.
Okay, good to get their trust. Start swapping stories about classic
And
customers and all.
Rose comes back and she's looking and she's like, "Oh, uh, so um, I guess you're preparing the appetizer that I was going to serve you."
Well, I'm just showing him some of those things I've learned in my many years in the restaurant industry. You know, but trade secrets here and there and gain more recipes to woo the women with.
Well, maybe then you can prepare that appetizer for me.
Perhaps so.
And then all of a sudden you're, Rose, where are you? Calling from the front of the bar, and she goes running back out the kitchen.
Rose, where are you?
Waiting on tables and whatnot, and you see the other guy, the runner here, back and forth, running food out, running orders out.
Right.
Um,
Our bedroom has the door straight into the kitchen. Look at that.
For food convenience.
Yeah, they heard about us and our appetites.
so
Just don't tell health and safety.
so Muglug, you see a guy that's sitting over here at the corner of the bar. So it's starting to get evening time now.
Is that the piano man?
He's sitting at near the entrance on his own little folding chair, and but he's kind of looks very sickly and keeps coughing and sneezing and sniffling.
Are you all right, sir?
Yeah, I'm fine. And when he sits up, he's got bouncer splayed across his shirt. He's like, yeah,
You-
I'm just not feeling too good, man. I probably should have called in, but I don't want to let Hogan down because he's been so busy these last few days with all the refugees and people coming in from around, and the caravan, a new caravan just rolled in last night as well. So he's really busy.
I give him a gold piece. I'm like, you go ahead, go home, take care of yourself. I'll take care of this place for Hogan.
Okay, thanks. Let me just let Rose and Hogan know.
Sure.
So he calls out to Rose, and he takes off. And Rose comes back, and she's like, "Fro, can I ask you a favor? Fro, are you there?" Jody's on mute.
Sorry, I was crafting this, and I have like this chocolate rose, like I'm making on the table in front of me with chocolate petals and white chocolate petals and like the chocolate rose petals and stuff.
So
Will this work as your?
So Rose asks you if you can prepare some soup for the bouncer because he just went home sick, and then she'd like to take him some soup.
Soup.
Mhm.
I don't know. Soup's not. I'm not a big fan of soup. Soup is not.
But he's really sick. I'm really worried about him.
Could I just go and give him some words on how to prepare soup?
No soup for you.
She reaches out her hand and grabs you by the hand. She says, "Fro, he really
You need
needs
the
our
soup.
help. We need the soup. Can you help us? I'd really appreciate it."
Hmm. How complicated of a soup is it? Is it a
Just
rough
something,
soup?
your choice. Just something to help somebody with a cold. He looked really sick.
Hmm.
Camel soup.
Crack out the
They're
bottle.
like, shoot you. How could you?
The tortilla soup. Tortilla soup would work, right? Tortilla soup?
You could give some gumbo, right?
No, yeah, I could do gumbo.
That'll clear the congestion up.
Give
Yeah,
him
yeah.
some foul.
Some pho, exactly.
Can I have you make the soup, or can I have the cook make the soup while I instruct him on how to do it? I don't want to get my hands in the soup. You see, get all some hairs.
It's gonna be disadvantage on your cook's utensils check, and you're gonna need a 12.
I'll try to make it. I'll try to make the scumbo. You say, okay? I'll make it.
Oh, dang.
All
The
right.
gumbo to be remembered forever and ever.
So you're putting together some gumbo with your Uncle
like-
Ben's rice,
Right.
Magic gumbo.
and the cook there is quite impressed with what you appear to have just whipped up before his eyes. You really you've he was satisfied with you before, but now he's really impressed.
Caesar.
He's
When
like,
you
let
use
me
up-
have some of that soup. He takes a spoon and he tries some of it. He's like, this is some damn good soup. You can
Mhm.
stay.
Thank you, sir.
And
And
so again, it's kind of it's kind of towards evening time now. Where's
Is it
Derelict?
getting busy?
Derelict is with Hormir, and they were trying to write a letter to his mother while trying to learn to read and write at the same time.
Okay.
I think I'll write it for now. We'll come back to teaching you reading and writing at another point. That could be a much more protracted project.
Okay.
So by
You
now
tell
you've
me
got
what
your
you'd like
armor
to say.
attuned.
Yeah.
And Muglug, you've been sitting on this very, very comfortable chair. It's actually a folding chair. It's got cushions on one side. When you fold it up, it's heavy metal exposed on one side, but then if you turn around the other way, it's kind of cushiony. So you're really relaxing in this chair.
It's one comfy.
It's one comfy chair.
that's a
And,
mimic.
and give me a perception check, Muglug.
Told you it's a mimic.
Is it starting to get busy?
It's very busy now.
I'm like starting to control the flow of the traffic coming into the building. I'm like,
Okay.
I got
Not
queues
very well.
going on, and all the hot girls can come in if they show me like that they like me.
And so you see, I will tell you this. You see, at one point, you're not sure at what point during the evening. So Hormir, you and Derelax are not in the common area, right? You're back in the room.
I'd imagine once we've finished up the letter, Horny will come back out to the common area.
Okay,
Yeah,
so you did
and
not catch this though. Only Muglug could have caught this.
I think
Um,
Derelict is going to, and I noticed these two before, and I don't know if this was on purpose,
What's
but
that?
I see these like wizard dude right here, right?
Oh, So, okay, I tell you what, you were able to talk to that guy
Uh-huh.
before you went back into the room, and he did mention that he was just off the caravan uh, from uh, from one of the refugee towns, and that he lost
Uh,
everything, and that he's here by himself, and he just came in for a meal and to try to wrap his head around, the losses that he just suffered, both in terms of property and in terms of family. Um, and then when you went off with Hormir into the back room, you what you did not notice um, was that a few people came in and sat with him and sort of started chatting him up. Um, Muglug, this guy apparently a couple of the guys are having to carry him out. Apparently, he's had too much to drink, and
Okay.
and they tell you, oh, he's had too much. Wow, he just can't hold his liquor. We're gonna take him home before he makes a mess of things here. And they're carrying him out. He just seems totally out of it, like blackout drunk, almost. Um,
are these? Can I ask you a question now?
mhm.
Character. Are these guys? Are these like bouncers or just random people?
Random people. They were also patrons of the
Okay.
of the bar, and they all appear to be leaving together now. Um, and that's about it. Like I said, the guy, he just kind of looks pass out drunk. It didn't seem like he was in that long.
So we are
Uh,
not seeing this. Only Muglug.
Only Muglug sees this, and Rose kind of collects the money. They left the money on the table when they left, and kind of gives a frown, and then she goes back and puts it away. Um, Not really a
Okay.
frown per se, but just kind of like a that's weird.
Stiffed again.
No, not stiffed. Yeah. So so now y'all are back in the bar. Everybody's back in the bar. It's about mealtime. Um, I guess Fro, you've Rose has taken the soup and she's left to get it to the sick bouncer.
Okay.
Hogan comes up to y'all and he starts asking. He says, "Is it true that y'all? Is it true that y'all uh, came upon the Air Lancers and under Captain? Did we say what his name was, Michael?
Yeah, we did. I didn't write it down. But it was like Captain something.
Something.
Captain
That's his name.
Starbucks.
Let's
Captain
just call
something.
him. Let's just call him Captain Custard.
Starbucks.
Okay,
Because
Captain Custard.
Hmm.
Yeah, but I do speak to him regularly. So actually, that was something I mean to do, but I didn't want to distract from everyone else. Could I talk to him and ask him what he thinks about this missing wife and or betrothed or whatever, and see if he has any clues where to look?
He says that he tells you that this is bad. He has no idea at this point, but this is bad because the captain, or because with it could be a ruse, not a ruse, but it could be an attempt uh, to get the Sheik to send his air lancers out in search of her, which would only leave him more vulnerable to his enemies.
Mm.
Because now that I'm dead and so many other air lancers are dead, the Sheik is quite vulnerable, and the soldiers are being stretched so thin.
And
Very nice cue there, Pete.
do you see what I see?
What do you see?
Blood on the top.
Well, did you see those guys talking to that old man who lost everything?
No, he did not see that.
That's Spanish
Okay.
word for
He didn't see.
Okay.
He didn't see what you didn't see.
yeah.
Let me put it that way.
Okay. Okay.
So, at this point, the captain stops all of a sudden. He's talking to you mid sentence, and he stops and he's like, "Listen to these guys." And so the table next to you,
Mm-hmm.
you can hear them, and they're saying,
Look,
um,
crap! It's
they're talking about, they're bad mouthing the Sheik, and they're bad mouthing Arslan Hassan.
That's his son, right?
Hmm.
All right.
And Hogan comes up to you. I should say Hogan comes up to Muglug.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I'll say that he comes up to Hormir. I'm sorry. Hormir, you're at the bar, right?
Yeah, doing the sort of hipster one arm, leaning on the bar, looking out on the rest of the room, and sort of like leaning over to grab his drink from behind him.
So he's asking if it's true that y'all came across the Air Lancer expedition and they were all dead.
I do not know. I was not with my companions at the time.
Who would know?
That would probably be Daralax, McLug, and Fro.
Okay, so then he says, "Well, I'm gonna go talk to Deralax about that."
All right. You got any people here who like to gamble?
Sure. Just try to keep it on the down low.
All right.
You can have this table, the table
I got,
that froze at.
Alright.
That can be your table.
right. That's good.
On the down low, the first table entering the place.
We'll play intricate board games with little meeples and
So he
Let's have
asks
Carcassonne.
you, Deralax. He comes up to you and he says, "Is it true that you came across Captain Custard and his air lancers and they were all dead? We've been hearing rumors. They
Who's
haven't
asking
come
this
back."
again?
And I
Who's asking
okay.
this again?
And I talked to the head, and I asked the captain, if I told this
Oh,
guy, would
Hogan.
it cause a panic?
Hogan's a dear friend. Oh,
And I'm like, come here, out of earshot, and listen carefully. Now I know you're a dear friend of the Captain Custard. Gosh, I feel so weird saying that. But it is unfortunate that
you know about his last stand?
I thought you were going to say Superior Colonel Mustard.
I know it was you to kill Mr. Bunny in the kitchen.
That's Colonel Mustard.
With a
not
wrench.
Captain.
Anyways,
Get your food straight. It was Colonel Mustard, not Captain Mustard.
anyways, he is gone, but do not worry, everything's under control, because don't worry, we will find a way to defeat the Ifrit.
Captain Custard was a good man. And those were good people, those air lancers.
I knew him only for a brief period and met him several times on the road. He was a soldier through and through.
He jumps up on top of the bar. He says, "Attention, everyone!
Don't tell anybody.
The rumors are
Too late.
true.
Oh gosh.
Custard and the air lancers under his command were all killed. Let us remember them for their honor, for their heroism, and for their how they were constantly protecting us. Around for everybody." And so
I
they pour
talked-
around for everybody. All of a sudden,
I will
Everybody
use
gets
minor
poured a
illusion to
drink.
make a memorial for it, like put his picture above the bar, like his profile picture above the bar. But as I saw it as the dead man.
okay. And so the illusion of portrait of
Custard.
Captain Custard.
Actually, I knew him when he was alive too, right?
You did, yeah.
Yeah, he'll be alive. That is living vision.
And floats above there, and he says, "A toast to Captain Custard and the Symbian Air Lancers."
Huzzah!
Was that Jody? Your microphone got unplugged or something, or your
Yeah,
headset
that
got
was me.
unplugged?
Huzzah!
Okay. Am I coming out okay now? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So the whole bar raises a toast to Captain Custard and the Air Lancers. It's a somber toast.
I would like to look around the room and see who's playing it thick. Is that an insight or perception?
It would be an insight.
All right. Which is Derelict's not good at wisdom. So this should be interesting. $15. No, not bad.
So then somebody else says, "And to the Sheik," and they say, "And to the Sheik," and then everybody raises a toast to the Sheik.
I'm gonna
And
look
then you hear
carefully
the
at the table.
table next to you, Michael.
Oh, change illusion.
You hear the table next to you mutter, "And to Chorus, the soon-to-be Sheik." And inside, you hear the captain's voice. "Arslan is the firstborn, not Chorus. Who the hell are these knaves?"
Well, and this is on my head, right? I'm not talking to myself.
That is all on your head, yeah. But you can hear these guys at the table next to you muttering about Chorus. That Captain Custard's choking back when he sees all of the toast to him. He's like,
I go.
It's a good thing you can't see me crying, right, Derelex?
Sure. I'm just gonna go like that. Sure. And then I go.
He's
well,
like, "These guys are. What the hell is wrong with these people? Where are their
Chorus,
loyalties?"
Is Chorus the son of the Sheik?
Chorus
younger son.
is the second born by only a few minutes.
So is he related to Sheik one way, son or brother?
He is the second born son to the Sheik by only a few minutes.
Oh, second born son. Okay. Okay, so son. That's what I was wondering. And I'm like, well, it appears we have our first suspect.
And somebody else at the other table overhears them bad mouthing, and he says, "Why are you toasting Chorus? Arslan is the firstborn and rightful heir, and besides, the Sheik is in good health." And then this guy says, until they get their throats slit. And now these guys are up. Now these guys are up. Give me a everybody give me initiative because it looks like a bar fight is about to go down.
Oh, I get to do something I wanted to do with my first Dragonborn character, but I never got to do because I don't know if you remember it. It was so long ago. Oh, jeez. Of course I get a 4. It's a repeat all over from the first bar fight.
All right.
That's 0.
Either way, whatever. Actually, let me give them an initiative of 20. There we go. All right, Muglug, you have been sitting on this chair long enough to realize that there's more to this chair than meets the eye.
What?
Okay.
Sorry.
So it seems like
It's a comfy chair.
that's right. It seems like these three and these two. Oh, did I just screw that up? All right.
Everybody go.
Everybody's in the bar fight.
Yeah, exactly. And Hogan's in the bar fight too. He was one of the first ones when he heard them badmouthing the Sheik, and he wandered in. He's unarmed, and the thugs are surrounding him now. This guy is engaging with this guy. This guy is engaging with this guy. This guy's taking on. I don't remember who the hell is who, but we're just gonna say that
Happy Hogan.
these guys are on Hogan. So apparently people from this table are getting in on it too.
Three on Hogan. What?
No, not Hogan. Without the Hogan, the spice will not flow.
When you get up, you fold up your chair, Muglug.
Yep.
It says
Pick it up.
It says be happy on one side.
What does it say on the other side?
It doesn't
Have a
say
nice
anything
day.
on the other side.
Be hangry?
I was gonna say have a nice day because that would just be priceless.
So if you want to do non-lethal, use the cushion side.
Okay.
All right, so they start throwing punches, and mugs go flying. Derlax, or I guess you haven't gotten to go yet. So you see a couple of them are trying to. This guy's trying to grapple. Happy.
hmm
Happy pulls
remember-
off the most athletic move that you've ever seen an old hobbit do, and like wriggles out of it.
So I wanted to do something I always wanted to do.
Okay, hold on. So I'm just telling you what you
All right.
see so far.
All right.
Okay, and then these guys are just like trading punches back and forth.
Okay.
So next is Muglug.
All right.
Okay, so I was looking at the scale on this thing. Is this true?
Actually it is true. This is a
Okay.
huge freaking
This is a huge freaking room, yes.
yes.
Damn.
Okay.
Okay, with my folding chair on hand. I charge up to about here.
Okay.
I'm like, hey, you all, no fighting in Hogan's. You get out now, or I'll have to drag you out.
You
My
forgot your
chair in
chair.
hand.
Okay, Hormir.
Jim, can we get the
I
chair
could
over to
not get
Mugglug?
far. It's really to scale. Like, what?
That's
That's
why
like as far as I can move and still do something.
I moved 100 feet, and I only got
You're
that
still
far.
only that close.
110 feet, actually.
So it's about there. Homie
Wait,
is just gonna.
Actually, I can't even move that far. I was looking at the wrong stat. Let me refresh my distance.
Homie is just gonna dash up this far, and then.
I'm on the table.
Not going to do anything else. He's just going to move up forwards and dash his full distance.
Okay.
Because I don't think I'm going to be able to throw Sneck that far.
Okay. Fro, you're up.
It's like 40 feet. Yeah.
But Snake has movement too.
Yeah, but it takes my action.
Okay.
So, on the ruler here. So, how far is it between? Oh, it's a lot more than 30. There's 30. So, I will go invisible.
Okay.
So, not my output. There's a split invisibility.
Okay.
And I'll start moving up at a dash. Well, no, I can't do a dash. I can only do a move this turn. But I will inspire Muglug. Because how far can I inspire? That's another question. Or can I inspire him as he comes rolling past?
Sure.
Inspiration. Let's see, where's that? Vertic inspiration.
Muglug's running by. He's like hearing music.
So you got an inspiration, and you got me invisible. Okay, and then I'll move. But I'm invisible, so nobody knows where I'll move to. Back up, I'll mark it, but yeah. Just gotta get my spells decreased. That's my turn.
Okay. Next is Derelax. What's Derelax gonna do?
Okay, I always wanted to do this. I'm gonna run up on the table
and rip off your shirt.
Like, you know how wrestlers have like poles they jump onto?
Okay.
So he's using the table like a pole and jumping off it, and on those three guys on whom Happy Hogan, he's gonna body check them. Is that an athletics check?
Okay.
It's an athletics check?
Go for it. Athletics check, yes.
All right.
But you're only going to be able to smack one of them.
All right. 16.
He's body checking the girl. Yes.
Hey, you want my autograph?
Is he body checking her? Or is he checking her body?
Aren't any of the people on the south side of the bar doing anything, or are they just kind of hiding?
Well, if y'all don't get a handle of this real quick, it might spread to the whole bar.
Okay.
So you knocked her down. And you've spilled her drink.
Oh.
Yep.
But the good thing is that she's no longer gonna be attacking Happy Hogan.
Okay.
All right. So next, the thug's turn. This one kind of throws a punch at Happy Hogan, and Happy Hogan dodges it quite readily. The other one um, pulls out a knife, a dagger,
Ooh. You call that a knife? This is a knife.
and Hogan slides under the table, between their legs under the table, and the guy with the knife's like, "Huh?" And Hogan emerges from over here. Meanwhile, these other two are still trading blows. Muglug. Really, I think it's supposed to be. These are supposed to be 10-foot squares. I don't know why the hell it's double that.
Is it? Let me see what it says.
Yeah, they're about 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be 10-foot squares.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can fix that without fucking everything up.
I think you can just set the range. Yeah.
Okay.
See if that did it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So does that mean I can do something this turn?
Sure.
Okay, so I move up. I see the guy with the knife, right? I'm on top of the table.
Okay.
With the comfy side of the chair, I smack him.
Okay. It's
Oh.
two-handed, and it's got the stats of a maul. +1.
Strength, proficient, +1.
Mhm.
And a maul. Maul is 2d6.
It is also you're gonna need it will take your attunement.
To use it?
Not to use it, but for the other feature.
Okay.
But you're already attuned because you've been sitting on it all day.
So I am going to non-lethal the comfy side onto the guy's head with a knife. I'm like, you call that a knife? I call this a chair.
You bring the knife
That's
in
a
the chair
27?
fight?
Just 13
Wow.
points of damage. I'm not raging right now.
Yeah. Yeah, you knock them
I'm
out cold.
Okay. And I guess I'll knock out the other one as well.
Okay.
I'll do this like a swipe, just boom boom, right?
Okay.
I guess the blue one,
Okay.
or I can't remember which one had a knife, but
Yeah, the red one had a knife, so we'll say the blue one's the next one.
11.
Yeah, you've knocked that one out cold too.
And then with my remaining movement, there's what 4 people over here.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go over here. I'm like, you guys better stop fighting now, or I'm going to make you really comfy. I'll put you to sleep.
Okay, Hormir, you're up.
All right. Let's see. Oh, plenty of room, plenty of room. Bormir's going to move up to like here. Then he's going to pull Sneck from his belt, say the command word, throw it at the lady in pink, and have it constrict.
All right. Have you got Snick out here? Let's put Snick.
Yeah, there he is.
Yeah.
It's my boy. So
Okay. Yep. You grab the, what is it, the pink lady or whatever?
yeah, the pink lady, because I think she was one of the ones bad mouthing. I don't think the guy in green was.
Yeah. And Snick totally wraps up the pink lady.
And then I will tap the guy in green on the shoulder and say, "We've got this under control. Stand down."
Oh, okay.
I don't. That's an action to do that. Let me just check my spells. I'm pretty sure it's not a bonus action. No, it's an action. That'll be Hormia's go.
All right. Fro, you're up. Leave it to the halfling to go invisible in a bar fight. You're on mute too, Jody.
I was invisible. And inaudible. Does a 30-foot square area effect have to go away from the wall? Like, could it go into the wall there?
Sure, I'll let you go into the wall.
Then we're going to get a hypnotic pattern in there.
Okay.
If I can get it to register. And there's a description for you. So it's wisdom saves, DC 14.
All right. So the remaining people that are fighting and not unconscious both failed their wisdom saves.
Okay, what about Muglug and Derelax? They're in there too.
God damn it, man. You know we both have low wisdom.
Well, he gave Muglug bardic inspiration.
Okay, now it's just scroll. Oh, come
Oh,
on.
jeez.
Oh, wait, you have bountiful luck.
Oh, yeah.
That wasn't a natural one.
That was
actually-
a natural one. Yes.
It wasn't, was it?
When is
I was
two
gonna
worse
give you
than
bardic.
one?
Derelax.
This is one rare instance where 2 is worse than 1.
So you create a twisting pattern of colors that weaves through the air, and the pattern appears for a moment and vanishes. A creature in the area who sees the pattern tells if you become charmed for the duration while charmed, you're incapacitated and have a spirit spell 0. And I say, since Muglug saved, be happy and chill. Y'all, be happy and chill. They don't need to fight yet.
We're probably all together, just have our arms around it and just singing and leaning on me.
Yeah, but like, you got into some of that gnome's mushroom, didn't you? Yeah. Gnome's mushroom.
So so apparently this was enough to calm down the bar fight.
Mhm.
Derelax, you just see swirling patterns, and you can just hear the captain just hurling obscenities at you.
All right,
And I
suggest to Hormir and Muglug that we got these people.
I start hauling these ruffians out of the bar.
No. Let's tie them up.
Well, yes.
Let's take them prisoner. Because we are agents.
Hey, my job is to bounce. I'm supposed to bounce people.
We can
I'm
bounce
not-
them into our bedroom in order
I'm not a
please.
jailer.
You can bounce.
Hogan asked y'all to take them outside, not in his
Okay.
bar.
We'll take them outside and question them out there.
We'll tie them up first and then take them out.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're easier to bounce that way. They don't wiggle.
So I'm just still there, just in under his hypnotic. How long does this last?
Up to a minute.
Oh,
Up
God.
to a minute. Seems like longer because the captain's yelling at you. You're all worthless and weak.
I
I go
guess I
back-
could go. Since I'm probably not going to be able to haul these people out, I'll go over and shake their legs and say, "Hey, you weren't supposed
You don't
to
deserve
see
that armor that you're wearing.
So I'm shaking derelicts to get them out of it. And go, okay, come on, come back to us, derelicts.
You're lower than a
Sorry.
maggot.
Yes, drill sergeant.
Yeah, so I shake him.
Um,
Muggle gets you with the chair. Ooh,
so Hogan Hogan goes up to you, Muglug, on
Yep.
your way out, and he says, "Thanks for covering for the bouncer today. You can keep the
Oh,
chair.
no problem. Thank you, man. It's an awesome chair.
Can you fill in tomorrow night also if he's still sick?"
Sure.
hey, maybe we can talk down the price of the room.
Muglug will be happy to fill in.
Of course, free of charge, of course, since I'm letting you have the chair.
Muglug like having fun smashing people with chair. Muglug hope bar fight start tomorrow too.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves now. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, Muglug. The point is to stop the bar fights.
Muglug stopped bar fight really well.
Actually, I think I stopped.
So, am I out of it, or
Yeah, we-
It
we
all depends. You
brought-
gotta ask Foe.
No, I took him. I got him back awake. Well,
okay?
like-
So, and I
You
take
still can't
Cormier-
focus because the captain's just yelling at you.
Still can't focus.
He's as much yelling as you. He's as much mad at you as he is mad at the traitorous people. But he's
it's
taking
more
it out on
just-
you.
yeah, I was about to say.
I see your
So I
helmet,
don't get shaken. Okay, am I shaken up out of it, or am I not?
You're shaking up out of it, but
okay.
you can't focus because you still got the captain blasting away in your ear, in your head.
And I'm like, gosh, calm down, man. I need to warn Hormier about something. And I go to Hormier and take him aside, and I go, gosh, it's loud. Hormier, they mentioned someone, and I think it's a suspect, but the Sheik's not going to like it.
Let's get this lot tied up, get them outside, and get some information out of them.
All right.
Good.
And Hormier is going to start just taking his rope and just binding all of their hands and like doing it in a chain down the rope.
Actually, I would like to see him get it all bound by his neck.
I don't think. Well, he is large.
Actually, yeah.
I don't
probably.
think he's that large.
Well, if Snake swallows them all whole, right?
But he is a constrictor, so yeah. But I don't want to kill him.
Remember, I speak with dead.
I do, but not prepared. In my spell list, but not prepared for today. Didn't think I was going to need it.
You kill the monster first, then you quit. Then answer one word answers or something, right? So
I'd have to check the spell. I don't know off the top of my head.
not to encourage murder of those boys and girls, but yes, it's true that most D&D players just kill anything on sight when they go dungeon crawling.
All right. So,
We're outside now. We have to go
wait,
through.
does Derelax have 50 foot of rope, or would that be enough to tie all of them? Or
Yeah, that would be.
Oh, yeah. We're doing the chain gang, remember?
Yeah. Hormier is just tying them all up, hands together in a chain gang, and we're just slap them on the wake. and
Derelict
get
is
them out of
like,
here.
I was in chain gang once. I was only 5.
I figured Muglug just picks 2 of them up by the collar, walks out, and drops them on the ground.
Oh no, they're all tied together. So when you pick them up, the 2 are being dragged behind.
It's like, no, slow down.
We know you have an enthusiasm for your new job, yes, but you must.
Muglug bounce.
Well, you can bounce your fist on their helmets, right?
Ooh, bounce many ways.
Mm.
Bounce chair off skulls.
All right, you could do that too. Just don't bounce too hard; you might knock them unconscious. How about the Princess Bride?
Oh, okay.
Meanwhile, Aaron's still trying to make up for being a little unprepared today. He's
Just a
catching up.
little. Okay. So it turns out the temple is the ancient temple is over here.
Ooh.
With the ancient temple.
Is this too new?
Yeah.
Or is this the thing that has the altar that has the sign on it?
It's the altar that has the sign on it. Yes.
Are you suggesting we're going over there?
I'm suggesting that that's an otherwise abandoned temple. It would be an ideal place for you to
That's
interrogate.
right. Okay, that's good. You can watch it on altar too to see if the sign reappears. Oh, Trevor.
I'm going to, while they're walking, I'm just gonna go say a few prayers down anew or whatever, or my newfound religion or whatever.
Okay.
Once I've got the lady in pink secured, I'll recall Snack back into staff form and stuff him back into my belt.
Okay.
Because why is this temple abandoned?
In the middle
Well,
of the
you have
market.
to go there to find out.
I'm there.
All right. And I've already lost the damn note. Where the hell? It is. Okay, I'll just work backwards. This location is.
You're watching the couch is watching the Cowboys game.
In this room, the center are 6 pillars which once supported the stone roof. Roof is now broken and rubble litters the floor. Behind an ancient altar are runes carved into the stone that can still be seen.
I'm gonna examine the rune of at the altar.
It doesn't look like anything you would be able to recognize, but they look similar to the runes that Fro was able to decipher back at the pyramid. So y'all are gonna interrogate these guys.
Yep.
I need a deception, or not an intimidation. Excuse me.
Oh yeah, I can do intimidation. Well,
And
hey,
you know.
can Muglug and I do intimidation together?
You guys don't talk. I'm gonna smack this chair. The heart's tied on your head next time.
Oh jeez.
It'll be. That's enough. Yeah, between. I was gonna give you advantage because of Muglug. But it seems like you rolled high regardless. But they probably did soil themselves just now because of what Muglug just told them.
I rolled a 24. What did I guess I.
What did you say?
They were already willing to speak because of Derelict, but now you really scared the crap out of them, Muglug.
Is it a moment?
Nice.
What's that now?
Is it a taco moment?
So
Because you were talking about before.
okay, well hold on. So these guys are telling you that they don't know. What are you asking them? Let me ask you this. What are you asking them?
Well, who's doing the
Who's
interrogating?
doing the interrogating? That would
Well,
be
no, I-
Parallax because he rolled the intimidation roll.
Hmm.
What does Derelict seem to do the talking fun?
Yeah, Mugler was just intimidating them to get them to talk. He wasn't actually asking them any questions.
Yeah, I was gonna give Derelax the advantage as a result of your.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna do what I'm gonna do is like
Those
this
are-
really this you're gonna laugh when you picture this in your heads. Derelice is gonna be all ferocious. It's like, you're gonna answer our questions or else and it just goes, what should I ask him? And over to Hormir. And then go back. Yeah, you will tell us what you know of your brother. Of the brother.
Why are you backing? Was it Chorus?
Of course.
Of course.
Chorus. Why are you
Yes.
backing Chorus and making what it could very easily be mistaken for threats against the Sheik's life?
Of course. Of course.
And I repeat this back because it's like whispered to me, just trying to like it's a silly picture. Like you guys heard what I said, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So meanwhile, I'm gonna saunter up to the altar and read the runes if I can.
Okay.
What is it? Don't need a roll or anything on it.
He says, Chorus word. No, you won't need to roll. Chorus. Chorus doesn't worry. Chorus is smart enough to not worship anew. We worship together with him.
With her?
And I'm gonna ask a question about myself. Is like, who is it that you worship? If it's not a new.
We worship with the Thunes.
Wanda.
Dudes.
We worship. Let's see. Hold on. Let me figure out what they're doing. Meanwhile, the runes say. The runes are quite interesting, Jody. They say, I, Martek, have laid up for you a great power and treasure, for when you return to wrestle with the awakened evil. No man knows the time, but the place is set, not at White Palm, yet neither far from it. You want me to type that in the chat window for you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you. 'Cause I got like 3 words out of that.
So, whereas their little mystery saying is the place is set, but no one knows the time,
The place is set, but no man knows the time.
which is a
Mugler liked
very-
wrestling.
So is Derelax. I think they were built to wrestle. Tag team.
I'm gonna investigate this altar a little, just to see if there's any interesting secret door. I think.
There's nothing else of note here.
Okay.
These guys, they tell you, you really intimidated the crap out of them, right?
Right.
They tell you that they worship. They worship the Great One. And they
Great.
worship They worship at the monolith.
Monolith, like those obelisk things that the.
No. The monolith is an
Another-
area
Well, this town just keeps getting more and more things added to it.
yeah. The
Yeah.
area. Let's see. Where's that place at? The monolith. Where the hell is it? It's actually just outside town.
It's on Monolith Street.
Go down the Monolith Way. Let's see. The monolith is.
Between Jupiter and
Let's see.
doesn't care.
Oh, the monolith is.
Is that it right there?
Yes, that's it.
I'll be right back.
They tell you where the monolith is. They say that every evening at midnight they worship and choruses there.
Mm-mm.
I turn to
What else what else are you asking them?
I look to Homer and I whisper right there, and it's like, that may be a good place to start the search for the missing betrothed.
Yes.
But and then I go, tell us more about this great one.
Not sure what their name is. What the name is. He's this jackal creature.
Ooh,
But we've heard them refer to him as Set.
set.
Sorry, all that food that I was sampling.
So
So where am I? What am I?
so with that, that's the end of the session.
All right.
Y'all have an idea now where to go
Yep.
next in your search for
Oh,
Princess
yes.
Shadala?
Oh yeah.
I think we've got some really good ideas. I'm half tempted to drag this merry lot back to the Sheik and tell him what's going on, but I don't think he's going to believe us.
Yeah.
I doubt these guys are going to be as open with us as open with him as they were with us.
And if we
Okay.
tell his brother, he probably will just go right after them, which is probably something we don't want him to do.
Yeah.
But we need somewhere secure to stash this lot so they don't cause any more trouble, especially when they're talking about assassinating the Sheik.
Yeah.
Might be worth investigating if they've got any plans in place, like solid
Or
plans
we
in
could,
place.
instead of sending him to the Sheik, sending him to the temple guy next to the temple Fanu and having him under his feet.
Don't know how I feel about him either.
So, that's all for the stream tonight. Thanks everybody for watching. Hope you all
Thank you.
enjoy.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
we'll see you next week.